Hey guys, it's been a little bit. Need to get back into talking, but I've had a lot on my mind. I still haven't gotten results back from my MRI that I had almost a week ago. I have no idea what's going on. Usually they're pretty quick, within like 2 days, which would have been Monday. But then Tuesday and Wednesday rolled around, still nothing. So it makes me wonder if they found something, or alternatively, they're just slacking and haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I don't know. Part of me hopes they found something because I really want to know what is going on. And if they found something, maybe there's potential for treatment. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just like, hey, sorry, you have this and there's no cure. Sucks to suck. That's honestly what I'm expecting. But we'll see. I think I wanted to talk about today is accepting help from people. It's really challenging, I have noticed. So I feel this in myself too. I don't like when other people help me because I feel like, well, why couldn't I do that myself? Like, why am I putting the burden on you? But as I try to help other people and they tell me no, I'm realizing that everyone else feels the same way that I do. I feel like a lot of people are, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people are really like, they don't want to accept help. Not, maybe some people it's because of pride, but some people it's like they don't want to put that burden on me. So I had a guy last week who tried to pay with a $100 bill for like a $3 item, and I was like, I can't do that, I'm sorry. And he was really disappointed because I think he's unhoused, but obviously you can't assume, you know, but he's regularly coming around asking for cans and stuff, so he clearly is like not wealthy, obviously. So I told him, at the time I had some money, so I was like, I'll just pay for your chocolate bar, it's not a big deal for me. So he was really grateful. He gave me $1, and then I saw him the next week, which was this week, like Monday, he came in and he's like, hey, thank you so much, here's the money for the chocolate. And I was like, no, I told you we're square, you don't need to pay me back, it's okay. He's like, no, I got you, I appreciate the fact that you helped me. I was like, oh, thank you. But I really just wanted to help. But I'm glad that I was able to make his day, and he seemed really happy, and I just want to make people happy. Then I have another guy who comes in sometimes, and sometimes his food stamps card doesn't work. And when that happens, he's usually only buying like $1 drink. And there was one time I tried to pay for him. He was like, no. And I was like, no, somebody tipped me $1 just earlier for no reason, so I want to help you out and pay it forward. So then he was like, all right. Because he was like, it wasn't my money. And tonight he came in and his EBT card wasn't working, so I offered to pay for his drink, and he was like, no, absolutely not. And I was like, it's really okay. I have $1.50 to spare. It's not a big deal for me. Yeah, even though money is pretty tight for me, but $1.50 isn't gonna break me. You know what I mean? I would so much rather use my money to help other people out, as long as I have enough for bills, which I do. But so I let him have a fountain drink instead, because I told him, like, I don't have to pay for that. I get employee drinks, so sometimes I let people have them if they're struggling to pay. It's not a big deal. I think it costs the company like 25 cents, and they're already willing to give the employees that amount. So it's not a big deal. But he comes in pretty frequently, and he's one of my favorite people, honestly. He is so sweet and so nice, and I always wish I could help more. I give him like expired product and stuff that we are allowed to eat and give to people. So I was able to give him some chips at least, but it made me realize, like, I think he has a really similar personality to me, where he doesn't want to burden me. He doesn't want to feel that guilt of burdening someone else to help him out. And I just, we are humans. Humans are a social species. We really rely on each other. Even if you live alone and are pretty self-sufficient and independent, you still need other humans to interact with at some point, to feel comfortable, to feel like a person. Really, you need other humans to feel like a person. Otherwise, I don't know, there's something about our brains breaks down a little bit. Like, you see people go in actually certifiably insane in solitary confinement because it's so brutal to be in isolation from other humans for any length of time. But I was just thinking about that. That's something that I really genuinely struggle with too. But the more I struggle, the more I realize that I really do need help, like actual help, and I don't know how to ask for it, particularly with figuring my shit out. Just like financially, I'm okay right now, but I am in a lot of debt. Like, my bills are paid, but also a significant amount of my money is going to credit cards and student loans. And the credit cards I had to take out because I was struggling with money. And then for a time when I was unemployed and unable to work, I was using those cards to pay like the electric bill and stuff because I just didn't have the money. So now I'm kind of catching up on all of that. And I'm probably around $20,000 in debt if you count my student loans, which is $14,000. It's a lot, but it's not impossible to deal with, but it's really challenging. And I'm scared because I feel myself get sicker and sicker every week. Like, I've been judging it based on my mopping, because mopping is something that I do every single night, and it's the same amount of mopping. It doesn't change, the floor, it's not like the floor gets bigger, it's the same. But lately, like last week and this week, mopping has been way harder for me than it used to be. So I'm like, I see the writing on the wall, and I feel like someday, sooner rather than later, I am not going to be able to work anymore. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I'm probably gonna need help. I don't know who to ask for that help or what to do. I also really need help with cleaning my house. I don't know who to ask. I've become so isolated. I've been afraid to talk to friends for so long because I'm just so deep entrenched in depression for years. At this point, it's been a few years that I've like been avoiding people and stopped talking to most of my friends, and now they're not close friends anymore. They're more like distant friends, old friends, rather than people that I know I can rely on, because I know that they can't rely on me. So how should I expect someone else to help me if I don't feel like I can help them? And this is the real fundamental difficulty that I have. And dang, I don't know where I'm going with this. I think what I'm trying to say is I need to change my mindset, because I can see in other people a similar mindset, and I can recognize in them that maybe they don't need to feel that way. But then when it comes to me, I still feel that way. I guess that's all for tonight. I just needed to get something out there, some kind of rambling. Talking on these videos really helps with my social anxiety, and it helps me get out my feelings, because I don't really have people to talk to about my feelings. And it's better if I just kind of throw it out into the void. You can watch or not, I don't care. And it doesn't offend me if you don't feel like watching or listening to me, you know, because I don't actually know you. I'm just I'm just a video on the screen, and you can look away at any time or click away. It doesn't matter. And that brings me comfort because I don't feel like I'm holding anyone hostage when I'm talking to them. And that's also why I decided to stop going to therapy, because I felt like I was holding her hostage. And at the same time, I felt like I wasn't really getting anywhere. I did get some nice insights that were really helpful, but at the same time, it was such a short session. They're only half-hour long. I get to talk for maybe 10 minutes, and then the rest of it is listening to her give me advice or tell me stuff for like breathing exercises and stuff like that, which are all helpful. But what I really need is just somebody to talk to. Lots of people talk to me, especially working here. People come to me, and I'm like a bartender. Even though I don't have any bartending skills except for the customer service part. So people come and they talk to me and they tell me all their problems. And I honestly love that. I feel grateful that people are comfortable enough to talk to me like this. But at the same time, I don't have anybody that I feel comfortable enough to talking to about my problems, except for, I guess, YouTube. So, as always, I appreciate you for watching. I hope you all have a lovely evening, or morning, or whenever you watch this. Okay, bye.